Welcome to the stream. I am your host, Camille, and the Dungeon Master for today's session of Sunday Friends. Today is the 14th session of Sunday Friends. Devereaux, sweetheart, I once again call upon you to give us our in-character recap.
Oh, sweet gods. Okay, so this one's gonna be short, I think, because all I remember is we kept continuing along our way with Willis through the wilderness for a while. And we pushed onwards until we reached the city, village, hamlet, location where people live called Grassgrave. It would be an interesting little place with plenty of shops and grumpy looking folk, and there was a town square, and Kendall wanted to look at the papers that were on the board, and we checked on some bounties that were posted. There was something about chickens. There was, which was really exciting because like we would get money to deliver chickens, and there would be no questions asked about the number delivered, so we could like maybe keep a couple, and no one would know. But there were other stuff there, like attending a fancy banquet and finding medicine for a sick old lady, which seems important, but I don't know. And I'm sure I'm forgetting some, but that's all right. We decided not to take any yet because we're following my dad, and we're following my dad out to a black dragon's lair of some sort. Apparently, because we went to this apothecary shop with a really friendly person running it called Gert, I think. She didn't really introduce herself, I don't know. I mean, it was called Gert's, but I mean, people name their shops all sorts of stuff. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's named after them, I guess. Because I mean, like, my family doesn't have Feather or Down in their name at all, and yet our company is Feather Down Traders, so but we went and spoke with the woman there, and she gave Salix some money for gross spider parts, which was nice because we needed some cash. And she knew about my dad, apparently, because he's already murdered a dragon and brought parts in. I mean, murdered's a strong word. Maybe he just asked politely for a couple of dragon bits, and the dragon's like, yeah, I don't need these, and gave them to him. I don't know how dragons work. They sound pretty magical, so it's not beyond the realm of possibility. But he's going to go find a black dragon, so maybe he'll turn in more parts, or he just wants to put another notch in his belt. So Gert said that he headed out that way. So we're gonna go. We're pretty close because he left just a couple days ago. So we're getting really close, and we left town. And oh, but before we left, Willis was like, "I'm gonna go home," and we were like, "Thanks for your help." And then he left, and it was kind of sad, but he helped us a lot, and I hope he gets home okay because he's got a big old family that's waiting for him. And we traveled for the rest of the day. We made camp, and Kiri and I talked about my dad, which was interesting. Because we don't really talk too much. Kiri's usually content to sit and listen, which is fine. And Salix and Kendall were, doing their sibling stuff. And, between you and me, I could have sworn that I saw Kiri speaking to their backpack the other day. But I might have just been seeing things. So we're gonna get up and go find my dad today, hopefully. I don't know. It's gonna be a bit. There's a lot of running around. That feels pretty accurate, but I might be forgetting things again. I only write so much down, and sometimes I forget to put things in my book, so...
I think that was wonderful.
I personally loved it.
Okay. All right. I think that means that we are ready to play. What do y'all think?
On this Sunday?
Yeah.
Is it Sunday though? I thought it was Tuesday.
Well, every day's
Y'all get
Tuesday
outta here
except
with
for
that.
Sunday.
Y'all are weird.
That's why you love
But
us.
we're also right.
Friends, is Devereaux missing anything?
Well, I made quite a few healing potions while we were traveling and resting. That's about it,
Okay.
I think.
Sunday friends. Let's get us some music. And we will begin. Last we left off, you were heading into the swamps. The heavily forested area where it's a combination of forest and swamp. Remind me, oh, you had actually found Devereaux's father's tracks, you think? Let me go ahead and, had you decided, if my memory's a little fuzzy with all of the stuff happening, had y'all, it was getting late and y'all were about to make camp?
Yeah.
All
Yeah, I
right,
I
believe
think
so.
so. Yeah, I think we had made
Yeah.
camp.
that's right. So y'all go ahead and make me a survival check to see how well y'all make camp.
All of us.
Whoever would like to helmet.
Not me.
I think Salix has the best survival.
I suppose so, yeah. +7. I'll go.
Yep.
I'll help. And by help, I mean, say, you
Watch.
got it.
Are you proficient in survival?
I am.
Devereaux.
I am.
Okay.
Oh, that would be an 18.
You find a pretty decent place. It is a bit of a clearing. There are a few trees that you can hang supplies on, tie your horses up to. You do notice, though, that the plants have grown much more thicker and more twisted. It also, even the mud smells here. Salix, you would know that that was a natural. It's almost as if it's in the water, in the mud. And no matter where you have all traveled, the closer you get, the more fog you see. So there's a light obscurity to the area. You may continue.
We might want to have 2 people on watch at all times tonight. It seems a bit more dangerous here than what we've been going through. It's definitely odd.
And without Willis, we're gonna need our wits about us. I mean, Willis was pretty boss, but yes, we can handle it. All right, yeah. I'm just gonna go start making a sleeping space. Just ignore me.
Okay.
Shouldn't be much trouble anyway. I think Dev is the only one who really needs sleep.
Okay. Well, then each of us can take a shift to trance, and the other 2 will stay up. And that should give Dev enough time to sleep, and 2 of us will stay up at all times.
Sure, that sounds good.
Who's taking first watch?
I'll watch first.
Okay.
Anybody else?
I can stay
I
up with
will.
you. Oh,
I was just going to say I was good, but Kendall stay up for this one too, so the siblings could have some sibling time.
Hashtag
Okay.
sibling time.
practice our combo moves.
Gal, give me some perception checks.
Oh, that was good.
I got 22.
23.
Very good. Y'all feel pretty, you feel pretty on your game tonight. What are y'all doing?
I'm probably sitting on the ground, spear in lap, just quiet and looking around, really.
I'm actually going to be doing the same with my short swords and my bow, making sure it's tight and checking my leathers and everything, just to make sure everything's in tip-top shape. Do you really think we're going to find a dragon?
I don't know. I certainly, I hope not.
I hope not, but I also hope so. All at the same time?
I don't know if we're strong enough to face a dragon with our words or with our swords.
Either way, we won't find out unless we try, right?
You were always braver than me.
That's not what you used to say.
Well,
And most people don't call it bravery. But I mean, I kind of don't have a choice this time.
I stop my inspection of the woods and I meet your eyes and I say, you never really did have a choice, but you made your own, Fuzzy. That's what I like about you. You see option A and option B and you choose C because it's the way you want to do it.
You think so?
I know so. Lots of people think you're a failure because you don't do it their way, but it's not because it's wrong. It's because it's the way you want to do it. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. It sure feels wrong though, doesn't it? But thank you. You know, never mind.
What?
I get up and I like start sheathing my swords and start putting it away.
You can't just leave it hanging like that. You know I hate it.
I don't know how to say it. I mean, I feel it, but the words aren't coming, and I don't know.
Well, what does the feeling feel like?
You know, even after all you've said, I can't help but to feel inadequate. You're right. There's always somebody out there trying to tell me, trying to say, hey, do this thing, do it this way. And sure, I can see other ways, but it's just because maybe I can't do it the way that they want me to.
Doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. It's
It would, I don't know, I can't help but to think like how much easier things would be if I could. If I'm able to do the things that the way, I don't know.
you know something the elders teach us about magic. It's that every kind of magic, it's all connected. It all comes from one source. It's all the same thing. It's about the way your body and your mind can process it. It's all about what you can do in the physical and mental limitations of the meat sack you're trapped in, for the lack of a better word. But that's it. That's the absolute basis of everything. Everything is energy, and magic is connected to, and it's just about what your body and your mind can process, and your body and mind just doesn't work that way, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's just different.
You know, I know there's nothing wrong with it. It's just harder, you know? It's just harder, and sometimes I wish it wasn't so hard. And you're right. I mean, I know it's not wrong. I'm just different. It's just you know, even now, you know, here in a different place, you know, it's all exciting and it's beautiful and sticky. But I love being here because I'm here with you and with Dev and Kiri. And just took so long for us to get here. But I guess it's worth it, right? It was hard, but now we're here.
You know, Fezzi, I don't think that this is like an ending in any way. I kind of feel like it's more of a beginning. But
and that's why I'm so happy, you know, like I'm happy here. I'm happy in whatever this forest is. For I don't know, this isn't any forest I've ever seen, but It's so sticky. It's so sticky. Oh my gosh. Um,
I
but
label it more as a weird swamp, but
but look at that tree. That tree. Okay, no, I'm getting sidetracked again. It took so long for me to start living. You know,
I mean, we just became adults. This is
the elders make it seem so easy.
well, maybe it's worth the effort.
Well, even if it wasn't the elders, it's, and I know you'll always see something in me, but it's nice to be needed. I know it's going to be hard still. I got a lot to learn, but somebody's trusting in me to do something, and I'm going to do it. And you're right.
Raven Queen obviously trusts you to do something. She's much wiser than our elders.
I sure hope so. You know, I asked her for help and instructions. I didn't get a response.
Court doesn't answer me, so.
But I think you're right. Maybe she trusts me to do things my own way. Best not to constrain myself to some rules when I don't need them.
Besides, you like breaking them anyways.
It's so much more fun to break them, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But see, you know, you can't break the rules if she doesn't give you any. So do it your own way. Your instincts are pretty good. Not all the time, but you know.
I think together our instincts are pretty good.
Maybe. Maybe not.
Maybe not, but at least we'll figure it out.
Maybe that's why we found Devin Curie.
How are you? We always
Okay.
talk about me.
I'm okay. Just trying to do my best.
I come over and sit next to you and kind of just like lay my head on your shoulder. You've always been the best.
I was naturally gifted in the place we were. Everything here is strange. I'm just doing my best.
Well, I don't see anybody asking you for more.
I suppose not. Just kind of feel like my best is going to get us killed.
Yeah, I don't think you have to be the one to worry about that. Plus, I have it on good authority that I can do. I'll be able to help in any way that I possibly can. And I think getting this sword is the first step to that.
Well, I hope the dragon that we're going to see has it. Maybe they do, maybe they don't, but
I really hope what I'm saying is true.
I hope so too.
You know, in the place that we grew up, you knew how to do everything. Everything was set, and you knew how to follow the rules, right? You knew how to do the things. You, before they even asked, you knew how to do everything, and I didn't. And now we're here, different place, no rules. So together we can like figure it out. You know, you have strong suits, I have strong suits, and gods know those two have a lot of strong suits. I think as long as we stay together, we can figure out just about anything.
I just wish we weren't somehow on opposite sides of where we have no say in, which might not even be still going on.
You know, what if there's another side that you're not thinking of?
That's true.
You just said it, right? It's not always just option A or B. We may not see the last one, but
I see what you did there.
but we can keep looking and we can find it.
Well, I think for now we need to be looking for dangers coming towards our camp.
I cast Primeval Awareness.
I was about to say, before you do, with that roll that you did, as you kind of turn your attention outwards, back towards the task at hand, you hear some rustling 100 feet away.
Oh. Did you hear that?
I'm still cross-legged, but my grip on my spear shifts into more defensive, ready to pounce stature.
I roll over to my knees and grab my bow and an arrow. And I start creeping.
You gonna move towards it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But slowly. Maybe 15, 20 feet.
You do so. Give me another... You can either roll investigation or perception. It's up to you.
As he
I
does
will
that,
roll perception.
As he does that, I start shifting to my knees and getting up, so I'm standing.
Okay.
That's a 18 total.
You see a wolf. It is eating some rabbit. As soon as it sees you, you see its eyes go wide and it lowers down its chest and begins to back away, growling.
Is it the same wolf that I saw the other night?
No.
Okay. I quickly cast Speak with Animals on myself. And I very quietly, as to not alarm it, I say, "Cousin, do you hunt nearby?"
Yes.
Are you in short supply of food?
Sometimes.
Is there a large creature around here that hunts you or your kind?
You mean the dragon?
There is a dragon here.
Yes.
Are we getting close?
Very.
I turn to the fire we have. I'd imagine we probably have something roasting over it for breakfast. And I rip off a little piece, probably like a hindquarter, and toss it to the wolf.
Gives it a sniff. Takes it in its mouth. Gives it a gentle bite and then tears into it.
Do you have little ones nearby?
Yes. Just one.
May they grow strong and learn to hunt quickly.
Thank you. Gives you a nod and takes the rest of the meat and runs away.
I switch back to Elvish and say, well, there is definitely a dragon nearby, and we're getting close. That wolf has a puppet at the den.
Oh. Well, I wouldn't scare it off too much. I put my longbow away.
It's okay.
Did it say where, by any chance?
No, but I have a feeling that the terrain is probably going to get more intense as we get closer, judging by how it's going so far.
Well, sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Did you give it all our meat?
No.
Yes. Okay, let me have some.
Well, it's not actually cooked yet.
Well, I mean, we can cook it, right? Right?
I mean, it's
Right.
still cooking, but
Oh, right. I'll go watch it cook.
It was like there was like a rabbit on a spit up against the fire, slow cooking for morning. And I just tore off like a back leg.
Then I'm gonna go sit next to the fire and just stare at it until it's done cooking.
I'm going to look out around the camp looking for other dangers.
The rest of your night passes uneventfully. Or the rest of your watch passes uneventfully.
do you want to trance next, or should I? You can go. If you like.
Sure.
Okay.
And I'll wake up Kiri.
I will get up and take the blanket I was previously using and like put it over Dev as I sleep before I begin to watch.
Okay. Make a perception check.
12, not great.
It's a quiet night.
30-20 for me for this watch.
Yeah. It's a quiet night.
I'll
Never seen a
essentially...
dragon before?
No, have you?
Not up close.
Well, there's a first time for everything, I suppose.
Yeah. Can't say I'm looking forward to this one, though.
Yeah. Do you feel suave enough to talk us around getting a sword from a dragon and not dying?
You know, the sword I'm not so sure about, but I don't know. I'm not sure I really know what to believe about dragons to begin with. You hear so much about how they're evil hoarders of gold and important things, and I don't know. How much of that is nonsense? I don't know.
I suppose it is a little foolish to, judge everybody by the actions of one person like them, whether it's a creature or otherwise.
Yeah, it doesn't help that I don't know. I don't know how it is here, but it doesn't help that back home, at least, we were always told that, oh, it's okay to talk to the gold ones, the copper ones, and the silver ones, but oh, you see a red one and you go run and hide,
Oh, I gotta be honest, my people we rarely get out. It's very isolated where we are, so learning how to interact with other beings isn't really high on our priority list, I suppose.
No, that makes sense. Did you have many people in your grove aside from elves?
Not really. There were occasionally travelers that came in from other groves and across the land we're connected in some way. So, we have visitors, and sometimes people would join from other clans, if something happened. But for the most part, it's just us. We've been here a long time. How about you? Where you're from?
Well, lots of different kinds of people. My first home was mostly elves. We tended to stick together in the Feywild because as much as we could get used to the Fey around us, we're not like them. I don't think... They're just different. And we could spend a few hundred years living among them, and I think they'd still surprise us. So, first place I lived was mostly elves, give or take a few. Second place was, it was a little more eclectic. Quicklings, hags, boggles, real variety. Didn't quite understand them all, but didn't really have any problems with them either.
Wow, that's a wide variety of creatures all in one place. Did a lot of fights break out, or any?
Sometimes, but a lot of it just took getting used to. So most, and I promise I'm going somewhere with this, most humans, when they have children, their instinct is to raise them and take care of them until they become adults of their own and go off and all that. It's in their nature. That's what they're supposed to do, to some extent. Well, it's in the nature of a hag to make deals. It's what they do. They can't be anything else, in a general sense. So, if you put effort into understanding people around you, I think you can live with a lot of different kind of people.
I like that.
I'm going to put my hammer down within reach of Salix. Can I run something past you?
Okay.
I met somebody near the Ettercap nest that we found.
Oh,
She's from where I'm from, and she told me about someone killed an archfey, the archfey Ectiarn, and whatever creature that was that did that, they used to be human, and that's incredibly concerning. This is no slight against humans, but they have what? A few decades? The fact that they could kill something like Ectiarn is unfathomable. The Seelie Court is understandably concerned that one of their own has been killed by this thing, the Lich King, as I understand it calls itself. They're concerned that they don't have enough. The Seelie Court are concerned that they don't have enough power to be able to deal with this threat, but I think they do. And I just don't think they know it yet. And so I'm not asking that you would do this in any sort of a time frame, but if it were possible, I was wondering if you could take me to your grove. I was wondering if I could talk to the Seelie Court myself and see if we even need to have two courts in the first place.
you know, I really like that idea. Why should we divide amongst ourselves when there's obviously something threatening everything? I can't say that I'll take you to my grove after what you told me. But
I do get that.
maybe one day, if things are different. I just can't risk everything that I've always known. So I do appreciate your honesty, though. And I hope that we can find a way to make peace.
I hope that we can too. For what it's worth, I apologize for being so blunt in expressing my thoughts, but I thought you should know. It's well, I imagine it's better than not knowing, constantly second guessing about who the people you're traveling with really are.
Yeah. Honesty is best. I mean, eventually the truth comes out, right? No matter how big or small it is.
Yep, eventually. But, well,
I
I
don't
don't
think
know. I
you're a
think
bad person, for what it's worth.
well, I think the fact that you can say something like that says very many good things about you, Salix.
Or it means I'm a bigger fool than I ever thought possible. I guess we'll just have to wait and time will tell.
Yeah, it really will. How do you think Dev is holding up?
I think they're hiding their feelings a lot,
Sounds about right.
but I think that when they want to talk about it, they will.
I'm
And all
worried.
I understand that. But all we can do is be here for them. How are you holding up? Are you scared about fighting a dragon? Or talking to one? Meeting.
Yeah.
I'll say meeting.
No, yeah, let's put it like that. It's a little less threatening.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I'm a little more worried about meeting Dev's dad than meeting a dragon.
Sometimes I guess it's less scary to meet a dragon than it is family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know, even if everything I've heard about evil dragons that live in swamps is true, at least I know what I'm in for.
I hope we're prepared.
Yeah, I do too. I hope that whoever this Clark is, I hope he's worthy of all the energy Dev has invested into finding him.
I hope so too. And if he's not, I might just kick him.
That's fair.
Anyways. Either way, I'm still going to be there. And I think that's the most important part.
I think so too.
Unless you say anything else, I'll just fall silent for the rest of the thing.
Yeah, same.
Salix, eventually your watch comes to an end.
Wake up, Kendall, and go into my trance.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. I'm up.
Kendall and Kiri. Kendall, would you like to make a perception check for me?
Sure.
Kiri, would you like to make a new check or keep the same one?
Could I help Kendall make one?
Sure. Are you proficient in
Yeah.
perception?
I am.
Yes.
Only because I'm an elf.
Yeah, because I just rolled a 10 total.
Everything looks fine.
Everything looks pretty good. How you doing, Carrie?
Doing all right. Ever seen a dragon before?
No, have you?
Not up close.
Are you excited like I am?
I am.
They're supposed to be really intelligent. They must have seen and done a lot of things, I'd assume.
You know, back home, my first home, it was mostly elves, and dragons were one of the few things people ever got jealous of for how long they lived.
How long do dragons live?
Thousands of years.
Wow. That is a really long time.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about it still. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
Imagine what you could do with thousands of years. Things that you could see, places you could visit, friends you can make, things you could eat. Things you could eat.
Sometimes I wonder what I'm going to do with the few hundred I have left.
Yeah. Just, you know, the all these years that we have, I don't think they really mean anything if you don't do anything with them. It's just a number, you know?
Yeah. What do you plan on doing after you get your fill of seeing the world and fighting dragons?
Which world? It seems like there's more than just this. There's yours. There's... I don't know if you can tell, but I want to go through one of those portals more than anything that I've ever wanted. But the thought of leaving my sister behind or not getting her back to her tree kind of... I couldn't do that to her.
I get that. Are portals just something you have an affinity for, or is it something you studied? I guess I don't really know what goes on there.
I start chuckling pretty good. You know, that's the first time somebody's ever used the word affinity when talking about me. It's kind of weird. You know, the elders always said that I always had a knack for getting myself into trouble. But to answer your question, I don't know. As long as I can remember, I've always been pulled. I've always been called somehow by something all around. Maybe it was even just this, and I pulled some smoke around my hand and I let it go. Sometimes I just can't help myself and I go. But I find things, you know, Can I show you something?
Of course.
I've been saving this for Salix for a long time, and I don't know when I'm going to give it to her. I walk over to my satchel and I pull out just a small little wooden box. It's kind of like this big. And it's thin, and it kind of swivels open. And I walk over to you and I sit down and I delicately open the box. Inside there's this flower stem, and it's all dried up, and it goes up and then it curves down, and there's a little heart-shaped petal, and it's dried up, and I know it doesn't look like much, but don't even ask me what it's called because I've forgotten so many years ago. She may actually get mad that I kept this, but it told me that it should stay with me. I don't know how to explain that. But this flower comes from where we come from. Or close by, actually. But if I hadn't have followed my instincts or followed the call, or if I hadn't have let myself get pulled to where you can find these, I never would have found it, and I never would have shown Salix this flower that she absolutely adores. So in a really long roundabout way, I guess my answer to your question is that I'm going to continue following the call until there's nothing calling me anymore.
Has the thing calling you always been the Raven Queen?
She's the first god I've ever met, so I'm not sure how they do things. But it very well could have been, huh?
Your watch comes to a gentle end. Do you wake Devereaux?
I'll do that. Hey, Dev. Come on, let's get up.
Is it morning already?
Yep.
Ah, finally awake, I see. About time. You all look, Salix, you are out of your trance at this point, and you see a short figure. Oh, no. He is a little taller than Devereaux, wearing light leather armor, they almost look like boots, but they don't have the feet part. His feet are out. Clearly a halfling walking with a walking stick and a large blue hat, blonde hair coming down his sides. Are we ready to fight a dragon?
Yes.
I roll over. Where the hell is he standing?
He's standing about 10 feet from you.
Wait a minute. Kiri. I rub my eyes.
And Dev?
Am I awake?
Took you long enough to wake up. You've been sleeping the whole night.
silly question, DM.
Yes.
I recognize this person as my father, or... Okay.
You do.
I scramble up to my feet.
Are you gonna give me a hug or what?
Dad, have you just been sitting here watching us? I'm... Cross my arms.
I've been waiting for you to wake up. You've been sleeping for like 8 hours. Okay, I don't know how long you've been sleeping. I haven't been here that long. But regardless,
When did you get here?
a little bit ago.
You said I've been sleeping 8 hours. How do you... Just
It
a
was
little bit ago?
It was a guess, son. Or child.
Dad... What
That
are
was
you
a-
doing
That was a
out
DM
here?
mistake, guys. Sorry. What am I doing out here? I'm fighting a dragon! I heard you were going to come fight the dragon too.
How did you hear that? Are you... I get closer. Are you spying on me?
No.
How did you hear I was gonna go fight a dragon?
Your friends aren't very quiet.
I turn and slowly look at everyone.
I mean, I assumed. Am I wrong?
Dad-
We haven't decided if we're gonna fight it yet.
It's just a young black dragon. It'll be fine.
Salix drops down from the tree behind him.
Ah, there she is.
Are you sure you wanted to just fight it?
As opposed to?
Why do you have to kill the dragon, Dad?
It's a menace. Do you see what it's doing to nature? Look at this. This is unnatural.
What is?
The fog, the twisted roots, water around the next 6 miles is all fouled.
How do you know the dragon did it?
He's not wrong.
Oh, come on. Think about it. Fog, roots, dirty water. That sounds pretty natural to me. It's not like he's striking buildings.
It's also sticky. Is that the dragon too?
Yeah,
That might be your own perspiration.
You are pretty
Oh.
sweaty, Kendall.
I am always kind of sweaty all the time, aren't I?
Yeah.
Just Dad, it's fine.
Well, we're losing daylight.
Fine, we have to pack up camp.
Okay.
I bend down and whisper in his ear.
Who's here?
Shoot,
Clark?
what's his name? Clark's ear.
Don't you want to, talk to Dev a little?
About what? The dragon?
I just walk off and start packing up stuff. I don't answer.
I go over to where Deva's at to grab some of my stuff, and I kind of just nudge them towards their dad a little bit as I'm putting away some things.
I'm rolling up my backpack. Well, sorry. I'm rolling up my bedroll to go in my backpack. Why are you nudging me?
I'll do that. I'll do that for you. And
Why?
I nudge them again.
Why?
Just go talk to
Stop.
him.
Why? We're gonna be
Isn't this what you wanted?
traveling with them all day. And he seems content not to talk right now anyways.
You see him kick a rock.
See?
He's oh fine, okay. I mean, it's up to you, Dev.
Just the sooner we can pack up, the sooner we can be done with this, right?
I grab my bag and I go over to Salix and keep helping her pack everything else up.
Once I've gathered all of my stuff, sorry friends, I walk over to Clark and just
There you
stand
are.
idly cross-armed nearby.
He takes your shoulders in his hands. He's a little taller than you are. You look well.
Do I, Dad?
A little skinny, but,
Skinny.
Thin.
I
You
know
skipping
it's
meals?
skinny. No, I'm eating very well. Thank
Okay.
you.
Good.
How thin does Clark look?
He looks very healthy. Like he has also been eating well.
You don't look like you've been doing much adventuring, now have you?
Oh, trading barbs already. I like it. Well done, kiddo.
I know you're fighting a dragon, but why are you out here, Dad? Really?
Because there's a black dragon who's causing trouble.
You can't... Are you actually concerned about trouble?
Yeah?
Okay. Okay.
What's got you guessing my motives? Don't you know I'm an incredibly famous, well-known halfling?
You say that. And the only person I've ever heard talk about you was Mom.
Oh, I'm sure she had delightful things to say about me. I love it when parents talk shit about each other. Huh.
Dad, let's go.
You look perturbed, kiddo. What's got you upset?
Can we maybe talk and walk?
Are your friends ready?
I don't know.
Pan to the friends.
Salix is just grabbing the roasted meats off the spit and putting out the fire. Almost done.
I'm just standing there with all my gear on and my packs on and just
Yeah, I mean,
waiting.
I've been awake for the last 8 hours, so yeah, I'm good to go.
They've been awake the last 8 hours. They look good to go.
Dev, here you go.
And I hand you a stick with a rabbit on it.
Thank you.
Now, kiddo, that was a bit of a tone for someone who just gave you food.
I said thank you. And you're one to comment on my manners now, aren't you?
I thought manners were basic decency. Excuse me.
Yes, they are. Mom taught me quite well.
Good. I'm glad.
If you'll excuse me, I have a horse to mount.
Ah, horses. Great.
Where's my horse?
Are you asking the dungeon master?
Yes. We'll say both. I'm saying it out loud, and I'm also asking you.
It's nearby, tied to a tree.
There she is. I've now decided my horse's gender. It's a she. And
Well, I'm walking, so I don't know how
Great.
much use your horses are going to be from here on out, though.
We'll just have to see. Now, won't
Okay. Don't take my word for it. It's fine. Let's go.
we? Okay. I scramble up on top of my horse.
Do you each take your horses?
I'll walk since I was
Yeah.
actually riding with Dev.
And I'll walk beside Salix.
Are you
I'll
taking
walk.
your horses or are you leaving them?
I have to take them or else they're going to get eaten by something.
I'll do the same.
That's a good point.
Salix will probably lead whatever horses aren't being ridden.
Sure. Well, Dragon Slayer's this way. Here we go.
I get the horse to a light trot / walk next to Clark, just to keep pace with him. Not that I'm imagining he's very fast, because I'm on a damn horse, but I'll match his speed.
Okay. He's not particularly fast. He's typical halfling walking speed. And he walks happily along, whistling.
Dad, you probably don't want to whistle when you're in the middle of the wilderness, right?
Why not?
You're gonna attract something.
I hope so. Sounds like fun. Fine, I'll stop whistling if it concerns you.
I start whistling the same key.
Ha! See?
Oh.
He gets it.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dev. It was so catchy. I'll stop.
Kendall, it's okay, Kendall. You can do it.
He can do it, but I can't.
Yes.
Who died and made you the boss around here? Are you the group leader?
Yes, actually.
Most times.
Bravo, kiddo. Bravo. Well done.
Dad, just how far have you been traveling?
From?
Where have you been?
Everywhere. It's kind of the point of adventuring.
I mean, yes, but you never really said much in your letters.
Well, I've been to all of the continents, except Iolan. Haven't made it there yet. It's kind of tricky to get to. Kind of tricky to get back. East Haven, Westbourne, Winterhold, the White Cliffs, north of... Did you know that there's something north of the White Cliffs? Bet you didn't.
What's it called?
I whisper to Salix, I bet you it's the North White Cliffs.
He spouts off a name that the Dungeon Master has not the wits to come up with right now.
Dad, that sounds made up.
I mean, all town names are made up if you think about it.
Just like tree names.
Sure.
Which tree names?
Yeah, Devereaux, which tree names?
All of them.
That's why I don't bother remembering them.
Weren't we... Salix, you were talking about that the other day.
Oh, I was just wondering if you knew which ones were made up, but they all are, so it didn't really matter.
It's a trick question.
Yes,
That's why I didn't understand it.
it's fine.
Dad, okay, first off, what's your most exciting adventure you've been on?
Oh, that's an easy one. I have been to the Hells. Avernus,
Which one?
actually. Avernus. The first layer.
How many layers are there?
9. Camille had to think about that.
Why did you only go to the first one?
Well, it's kind of one of those situations. You come, you go, see what there is to see, get the fuck out of there.
You know, correct me if I'm wrong. I looked at everyone. I thought the Hells were a place you go and you never get to leave.
Have you been?
No,
How would you know?
there's...
I mean, how would you know? You've only seen 1/9 of them.
Well, I guess that's true.
Well, you've seen 1/9 more than I have, I guess, but...
You know, they were just this way when they were a child, always asking questions and then demanding that they know the answer despite contradictions. from people who
Maybe
knew better.
it just depends on the manner in which you go.
Maybe. Do you know other manners?
Well, death, probably.
Oh, do you go? Ugh.
I mean, isn't that how, or like, I don't know exactly how people do that, but
How did you do it? Did you find a portal?
Funny story. Started with an evening gambling in Wolfcrest. Turns out I owed a lot of money to a certain fiend. So he, told me that in order to get my money back, I would have to go retrieve a soul coin from a buddy of his in the hills. And he, did a plain shifty thing, and then it was really hot. It's pretty wild.
Wow.
I thought there'd be more to that story, Salix.
2. Yikes. Could be that they're leaving out a lot, because it's bad.
Okay. Well,
We're approaching the lair, so we should probably start to be very quiet.
oh, please.
What?
You're whistling right now.
I'm not whistling!
I'm
just
sorry.
were.
I'm sorry, Dev. I'll stop.
Okay. Dad, how old is this dragon?
I don't know, I haven't spoken to it. Young, though. For sure.
That makes 2 of us. Okay. So, what's your plan?
I'm gonna go in there, and I'm gonna fight it!
Oh my
I
god.
think it's a good plan.
I've heard of worse plans.
I've heard of no plans.
We usually go with no plans.
That's usually how we do it, yeah.
Devereaux, you seem upset. How well do you suggest fighting this dragon?
Well, I don't know anything about dragons, so
Maybe you should have done some research before coming on this trip.
Could you tell us about dragons? You seem
Sure.
to... What should we know?
They're nasty motherfuckers. This one in particular.
Okay.
Black dragons tend to be brutal and cruel.
We
Now-
did find that in our research.
Nice. Very good. Very well. So you did do research, Devereaux. I thought you said you didn't know anything about black dragons.
my companions did research, and we were going to formulate a plan of attack before we what am I saying? We weren't even going to fight this. We were here to stop you.
Stop me.
Yes.
Why?
You're gonna get yourself killed.
Devereaux, your concern is adorable. I'm fine.
What? Well, what if you weren't?
Then I die. It's not like you'd miss me.
Well, I'd have nothing to miss.
How is that different from how it already is?
Just go fight your dragon.
You're not coming?
I'll follow your lead, Dad. Just like I always do.
Don't know what that means, but let's go! And that's where we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back. Before we leave, don't forget to check out our sponsors. Campaign Coins, they're amazing. We love them. Okay, bye. Well, we don't, not bye. Stand up, hydrate, stretch. We'll be right back. Welcome back.
Ooh, hiccup. Excuse me.
Sunday friends, you are traversing through the swamp. As you move closer and closer to this destination that Clark is leading you to, you notice that the fog is getting heavier, the stench stronger. The roots more and more twisted and gnarled. The puddles are rancid. You avoid them at all costs.
Gross.
Deborah, as you get closer, you notice your horse is struggling to walk through this marsh.
Aw.
In fact, all of your horses are struggling to make their way closer through this swamp.
We come through a good place that I think they seem at least relatively safe. I'll suggest we tie them up there.
Good idea.
That sounds like a great idea, Salix. It's okay, horse. We'll leave you here. You'll be safe. I'll dismount, horse.
I'm going to leave my pack with my horse.
Okay.
I just realized what you meant.
Yeah.
2.
You tie the
Do you
horses
say?
up. You tie the horses up, and you're all on foot now. Okay. Now it is imperative that we remain as quiet as possible.
Okay, Dad.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Let's go. I need everybody to make a stealth check.
Oh, God. Oh, wait. Am I good at this? I might be good at this. Oh, I'm not good at this. Let's roll an advantage. Can I use an advantage that I've been holding on to for 5 sessions because I haven't had a chance to use them?
Yeah.
Oh, how does that get worse? I'm going to use another one.
Okay.
All right.
I too
Ooh,
would
that's-
like to use my advantage.
I had a 19 total, so I'm gonna keep that.
Okay.
And I don't have advantages.
I already
Alex.
rolled a disadvantage. I'm not getting any better than the 12 I got.
Okay.
Well, I've used 2 of my advantages, and my best score is a 7.
I got an 18.
Deborah, 7.
With a plus
Salix,
3.
18. Oh my gosh. Kiri's a 12. Kendall is a 19. Click gets pretty sneaky. It's like his footsteps are getting lighter. He seems to kind of take on a different persona for this new objective that y'all have gathered. Let me just pull up his stats. Now, I scouted this dragon yesterday. Most dragons have plenty of hench people, or things, like kobolds and lizard folk, but this dragon is alone, and it recently settled here, which tells me that it was kicked out of its last home, whatever it might be, a brand new dragon. But we will not let it make its lair here and disturb the nature and surrounding areas.
Now, when you say kicked out,
Kind of like your mother kicked me out.
well, does that mean that a bigger, more responsible dragon made it leave?
That's generally how that works, yes.
Oh. Okay. So we'll think of this dragon like you. Okay. Gotcha. All right. When do we start attacking?
You ready?
I draw my bow. Yes.
Okay. The foliage overhead is getting thicker, but not because there are more trees. Instead, the trees here are just getting larger and taller. Their branches are further reaching, creating kind of this cavernous feel within the marshes. Let's look. You see swarming insects flood. You can hear them so much, not so much as see them. Begins to buzz around. Zzz, zzz, some of them coming near your ears. It is so dark here that it is almost nighttime. And you hear the gentle rumble of a draconic growl. Shh. It's sleeping.
What's that?
It's sleeping.
Is that? How long do they sleep?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
However long they fucking feel like, I guess. Now, who are my ranged people?
What?
Who are my melee?
No one talks like that, Dad.
Okay. Salix and Kiri, you two go up ahead. Devereaux, hang back. Whatever you do, don't get close. It can swallow halflings like me and you whole.
The paler in my face just
You're free to
goes
stay behind, Devereaux.
stark white. I am not staying behind, Dad. What are you going to do?
What I do best.
Which is?
You'll see. Ready?
Will I?
Let's go.
Oh my god. Okay.
You watch as Clark hunkers down even more, getting impossibly small, and begins to climb over some trees, some tree roots that have risen up. You see ahead of you is a particular cavernous area where you can see. Give me a perception check, everybody.
13.
19.
17.
18 minus 1 for 17.
Hey.
I would say that you all see and smell plenty of rotting carcasses. Alligators. You know crocodiles? Crocodiles are swampy, right? Carrie? Alex? I don't know.
It depends on how their teeth are pointing.
Great.
Alligators, I guess.
Thanks.
Fleur-
List
Flirty
off
and
all the
swamp
animals that
cat?
live near you.
It would be gators. Some deer. Even a few humanoid figures you see kind of floating in this swampy marshland.
Is that a goblin?
Oh, it is.
Dad, you said be quiet.
One second. What are y'all... Describe to me, while I'm pulling this up, describe to me what your characters are doing.
Me, Kendall. I'm trying to harness some energy around me onto my arm, on my bowstring pulling arm, but just ready, in a ready stance.
As I move past Dev, I will cast Longstrider on them. And then continue very low to the ground, moving as quietly as possible forward.
I've given up at this point on trying to be quiet. So I'm just moving forward near Salix, shield up. Can I ready the dodge action?
Yeah.
All right.
What's the
That's
trigger?
what I'll prepare to do. Being attacked in any way, whether that's breath weapon or melee, I don't know if dodge helps me in breath weapon, but it sounds like something one would do. So I'm going to say that.
Okay. Floridian swamp cats, get out. Can I get a marching order?
Sounds like Salix and Kiri up front.
Mm-hmm.
I'm behind Dev.
I'm gonna hunker down behind some tree roots. I've got my bow out. I'm incredulously watching my dad, and got an arrow knocked.
I'm
And
sorry, who
I-
said they were going first?
Salix and
Salix
Curie.
and
Yeah.
Curie? Okay.
Me and Salix together.
And then Kendall is behind?
If Dev is behind a tree, I'm actually gonna be just behind Kiri and Salix with my bow ready.
All right.
Well, I don't want my friends to go ahead without me, but I want to make sure I have a clear shot. But I'm staying in the back, but creeping. I'm sneaking up.
Are you?
No. 'Cause I'm basically like whisper talking at my dad the whole way up. And by whisper talking, I mean Homer Simpson whisper talking at my dad.
Okay, you get closer and you see that this cavern opens up. It's still pretty large with tree roots reaching in and grasping at the top. And there are two smaller deadened swamp trees that you see. Hold on. Up ahead there is a large black rock that this figure is resting upon, and it makes a triangle with these two trees. Would y'all like to see what you see?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, please.
Oh! This is what you see. Ah! This is my first time doing this, it's fine. You see this tree down here is much larger and reaches up overhead. There's this big black boulder right here. And then there is a massive black dragon. You were not this close for the sake of this argument. You are probably back here. The dragon does not seem to have noticed you.
I don't see where we're supposed to see any of this.
You'll see it in... You have to go look on the Twitch channel. My apologies, friends.
There we go. All right.
The hair stands on the backs of your neck. You see this dragon sleeping just ahead of you. What would y'all like to do?
Seeing how far away it is, I'm actually going to take my bow out and ready an arrow. And start trying to sneak up kind of, for map terms, north of it.
Alright, you want to move north of it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be following behind her.
Okay. Let me get another stealth check as y'all move that big distance.
Oh, I got a 25, natural 20.
Nice.
That's a 22.
Okay. Kiri, Devereaux.
Never fought a dragon as a melee character before. Cautiously walk towards it. That's all I got. Sorry,
Okay.
guys.
Devereaux.
Seeing where everyone else is going, how far would you say that there are trees and stuff? How tall is the nearest one?
Probably 40 feet tall.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. That takes that thought right out of the equation. Climbing
You
that
do
tree would
have-
be an awful lot of work.
You do have an extra 10 feet of movement
I
for
do.
the next hour.
I do. But
You see it. This dragon begin to rustle.
I'm just gonna take cover behind a big old rock somewhere.
Okay. We will leave you where you are because pretend this is a rock.
Awesome. I love it.
How close are the twins, or siblings? Why do I keep calling you twins? How close are they to me?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 feet from you.
Nope, that's out of blessing range. Never mind.
Okay. I need everybody to roll initiative.
I'm scared.
21.
I'm gonna use my halfling luck on that.
Oh my gosh, this is so great. 19.
Ooh, I'm gonna take that one. For a total of 4.
Okay, who rolled above a 20?
Wait, don't you have halfling luck?
I do. Funny you
Oh.
ask.
Yeah.
I got a 21, Camille.
Okay. Dex is 17, 19. Above a 15? Above a 10?
18. Sorry,
18?
18. I was muted.
Above a 10? What did y'all roll, Devereaux and Kiri? Kiri?
6. 6.
I'm sorry, I can't right.
For some reason, I decided to write Devereaux's full name out. It's fine. It seemed important.
It's probably the most obnoxiously long one out of the group.
It is. Okay, I'm not nervous. You're nervous. This is fine.
Whew, man. Whew. There's only one way to go from here. Up.
That's not the
That's-
direction I was gonna say.
I just rolled 2 1s in a row. There's only one way to go from here.
Okay. Kendall, you are awake. This dragon does seem to be wrestling.
I whisper to Salix, are we just doing this? We're just gonna... And then I, okay. And I cast, actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on it.
Okay.
My eyes show that green-black smoke, and I can see the dragon through my eyes. It looks all highlighted with smoke.
Okay.
And then it's going to be the end of my turn.
The dragon.
I'm sorry. Actually,
ahead.
I'm sorry. Planar Warrior is a bonus action, so I will...
Hex
that as
is a
well.
bonus action.
Hex? Oh, no, Hunter's Mark is. You're right. That's it.
Okay.
That's my
so do you
turn.
want Hex, Hunter's Mark, or Planar Warrior?
I do not have Hex, but
said a Hunter's
I
Mark?
will... we'll do Planar Warrior. We'll do
Okay.
Planar Warrior.
Planar Warrior and no Hunter's Mark. Okay. Good
No
to
Hunter's
know.
Mark.
All right. Both Devereaux and Kendall have an advantage from the chat. Okay. It is the dragon's turn. It wakes up. Turns around and takes a look at its surroundings. Rises up onto its four paws, or talons, claws. And then sees you, Kiri. Narrows its eyes. Begins to pull itself towards you. Takes in a very deep breath. Laughs as it exhales acid straight at you. Please make a dexterity saving throw.
Not great. 12.
You've got 2 advantages if you need them. You've got 2 advantages if you need them.
Fine, I'll go for it. You can't get much worse than that. Oh, actually, that's a lot better. 17.
Oof, good job. That's what you needed.
All right,
Instead of
great.
49 points of damage, you're only going to take 25 points of damage.
Big yikes! Oh man, 49 would have took me right down. Holy fuck. Oof. Okay.
Salix. The dragon does not see you yet.
Ouch. I will shoot the arrow that I have at it.
Okay.
Okay. Ooh, that was good. 22 to hit.
Oops, sorry. That does hit.
And then... Oh, max damage. Okay, this is good. 12 piercing damage.
12 piercing.
It's not magical.
That's fine.
And then I will essentially, oh god, this is a terrible idea. I will run up my full movement towards it, trying to essentially, like, get behind it.
Okay, what's your full movement speed?
It is 35, 45.
10, 15,
45.
20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Is that okay where you,
Once it updates.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it's on the other side, opposite Kiryu.
Yeah, it's working its way over. You're working your way over there.
Okay.
Okay. Clark disappears from view. Kiri.
Yikes! How far away is it from me?
15 feet.
Okay, so can I use 15 feet of movement to get to it, and then use some quantity of my remaining 15 feet to climb onto it?
You can certainly try. This would be... For
Alright.
this, I would probably do modified grappling rules.
Okay.
So you would make an athletics check versus its acrobatics or athletics. And then
Alright.
if you succeed, you will climb onto it.
All right, let's go my abilities and hope for the best. That's bad. That's a 1. I'm gonna reroll.
Okay?
Ooh, that is a hell of a lot better. That's 26 total.
Oh shit, that's way better than it. So as you climb up, what does it look like as you climb up?
I'm gonna get a running start and just straight up charge at it. And as it sort of like rears back, I'm going to jump, basically extend an arm out and just sort of like swing around its neck and then land between its wings.
Yes. With all of the Eladrin Fey grace that you have, you do so. It tries to shake you off, but you are like a cat up there.
All right. And, I'm going to try something and it might not be a good idea, but I'm going to try it anyway.
Well-
So, bonus action, I would like to cast. You know what? No, never mind. Bonus action, I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on myself. And then I'm going to go in for a Hammer Strike.
Okay.
That's 16 plus, so 22 total.
That does hit.
I'm definitely adding a smite on that one.
Oh, yeah.
3d8 plus 4. Where's my d8? Is my d8? There it is. $22 total.
Points of damage?
Yes. 10 necrotic, 12. No, 10 bludgeoning, 12 necrotic.
Beautiful. This looks like it actually hurt it pretty badly. You took out of a major chunk of its health as you swing down onto its shoulder blade.
Yeah.
It begins to slip off of the rock. It looks like its arm is dislocated as it tries to scramble forwards down the rock and lets out a terrible scream.
That is my turn.
Devereaux.
Let's shoot an arrow, shall we?
Okay.
And that's what I will do. I will shoot an arrow.
Make your attack roll.
For the love of God, dice, don't fail me. I would like to use an advantage on that. Because
Okay.
I need to. Oh my gosh! I would like to use the second one, please.
Okay, that's what they're there for.
How many do I have?
2 more.
Thank goodness. I will use another one. Oh, look! That's double digits. That is going to be, let's see here, with my longbow, a 17.
That just misses.
Ah,
You have another advantage. So you currently have 2 remaining.
cool. I'm going to use my action surge, seeing my arrow go errant. I will try again.
Okay.
Oh, that's better. 25.
That does land.
All right. I would like to apply my grasping arrow effect using my arcane archery.
Yes.
And as that happens, beep, I will roll my damage.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's actually max damage on the arrow itself, which is going to wind up being 8 plus 3 for 11 piercing damage. Plus 2d6 poison damage, which is 7. And its speed is reduced by 10 feet.
Okay.
And it will take 2d6 slashing damage the first time on each turn it moves 1 foot or more. The brambles will last for 1 minute, or until it uses an action to remove them with an athletics check.
Okay, what's the DC?
13.
Okay.
Whee! But the arrow hits, and it suddenly sprouts these wrapping tendrils of thorny vines around its neck and its arms as it's sliding off the rock.
So because this creature is, I'm going to pull some 4E shit, because this creature is bloodied, it is going to get its recharge breath back immediately and use it as a reaction. It's going to look around and see who it can see. It cannot get Kiri on its back, so it would look at Salix. Salix, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, that was okay. 17?
You're very lucky that that saves. You are only going to take 25 points of acid damage.
Ooh.
As this...
Oh, I would like to use my reaction
Okay,
to cast Absorb Elements.
there you go. Have that again.
Yeah. What was that?
Acid.
acid. No, how much?
25 reduced is 13.
Okay. Whew. Yay for absorb elements.
Nice. Your reaction is spent. All right. Which brings us to Kendall's turn.
Salix, and then how much movement would I need to climb the tree?
You would need 5, 10, 15, 20 to climb the 20 to get to the tree, and then your movement is halved to get the 40 feet. So you could get to the tree and then another 5 feet up the tree with your movement.
All right, let's forget about that.
Okay.
I'm just gonna start sprinting towards the dragon, and I'm gonna I will cast Hunter's Mark on it.
Okay.
And as soon as I cast that, I'll let go of my bow, or like the arrow that I have in my bow, and then I'll toss the bow aside after I shoot it. So
Okay.
that's gonna be 14 plus 7, 21.
That lands.
Okay, so 1d8. So that's 16.
16 points of damage. What does
And
this look like?
And it's force damage.
Noted.
So it shot like a acid at Salix, right?
Yeah, it spit acid at her, yes.
As it's spitting, I run. I just start sprinting, and my eyes glow with the green black smoke, and it travels down through my arm onto the bow, and I let go of the arrow, and I just toss it aside, and I aimed for the side of its neck.
Mm-hmm.
As
Narrowly missing Kiri as you do.
And then I start reaching for my short bows.
Okay.
Short swords, I'm sorry.
Sure. I know what you meant. It is now the dragon's turn. The dragon is going to try to move. It is going to try to fly away. And it's going to take damage from that. Would you roll that damage for me?
2d6 for 4 slashing damage.
It got its acid breath back.
Boo.
It has a new target. Kendall. Please make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. The only thing I'm kind of good at. Ooh, 22.
That's a success. You're only going to take 26 points of
But
acid
I will
damage.
also, as a reaction, cast Absorb Elements.
Nice. So Salix
My
does this, and you watch Salix. Salix, what does it look like as you cast Absorb Elements?
Essentially, I put my arms up, and my tattoos just kind of absorbed some of the energy, some of the acid, and they instead of normally flashing green, they flashed black for a moment, and then they changed back to green and then fade.
And Kendall, what does yours look like?
I pull out my 2 short swords to like block it as it's coming, and I slash down as the the smoke that I have on my arms kind of absorbs that acid and comes up, and then my eyes flash a little bit.
Yeah, so you only take half. You only take 13 as well. Okay. That's its turn. It's trying to move off of this rock, trying to escape. You can see it let out a terrified scream, a horrible scream, as it tries to shake Kiri off of it, tries to shake these grasping vines that have it entangled. But it simply can't. It's not good. Well, it doesn't use its action to do so. So no, it does not. Salix.
Alrighty. Still on the ground, or is it's going up?
It's still on the ground.
Okay. In that case, I will also climb on it. I will use my spear to try to stab it in one of its legs and use that to jump up.
Okay. Go ahead and make your grapple check really quick. It's an athletics or acrobatics. No, it has to be athletics for you. I'm sorry.
Okay. So 12 plus 4 is 16.
That meets it.
Perfect.
You are able to climb up onto its back leg and its tail.
Okay. Did that get any spear damage or no?
Mm-mm.
Okay. And that was not an attack roll.
No, not unless you want to make that part of your attack, and then we can. But
I
you have
was-
to roll for it.
Yeah, I was essentially thinking I was going to stab it with a spear, use that to propel myself up, and then if I could, as a bonus action, do flurry of blows.
Okay, so if you want to make your first attack, go ahead and roll your first attack.
Oh, that's not great. That was only an 8 plus 6. It's 14.
That does not hit, unfortunately. So it digs into the dragon, but it doesn't seem to do any damage.
All right.
You want a flurry of blows?
Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna switch die because you're not being very nice today. Oh, that was a 19. Plus 6 is 25.
Okay.
And then that was a 17 plus 6 is 23.
That lands.
Okay, yes. So I guess once I'm on it, I just kick it. That's 6 damage and then another 8 damage. So 13? No, 12, right? No.
Yeah,
I can
I've got you. You reach for its spine and begin to crack your way up this dragon's spine. And you hear a terrible shifting of its bones as you do so. Oh, we missed initiative. Okay. Devereaux, I need you to make a strength saving throw as a pool of water. You watch it surges outwards in a grasping tide towards you.
What? Ooh, how's an 18?
That's a success.
Woo! Whew.
You are not pulled up to 20 feet into the water and knocked prone.
Excellent. I managed to somehow roll a 19, so spectacular.
Alex, you do have another advantage from the chat. Okay. That was Salix's turn. You watch as from around the back comes up little halfling Clark. Hold on, we can't see everybody. Little halfling Clark with his 25-foot movement speed. He's doing his best, y'all. He draws from somewhere in his leather coat a mace. You watch as he takes it, drops it, grabs the end, begins to swing it around, and then lets it loose, flying towards this dragon. Who's got a passive perception above a 17?
Mine is 17.
I'll message you in a second.
Ooh.
That's gonna hit, and it does. You watch as it lands in this dragon's face. It actually crushes one of its horns. These two horns that come down. It's got this skull-like appearance, like almost as if it's doesn't even have a face, just a skull. And these two horns, one of them gets cracked and falls off from the force of this mace going into its face. That's 14. And it does a lot of damage. This dragon screeches in horror. Kiri.
Oof. Okay. Narratively, I'm going to attempt to climb a little further up it on like its neck or something. Basically, I'm trying to see if I can end this as quickly and painlessly as possible. This
Sure.
dragon is taking a hell of a beating, and I just want to. We all just want this over.
Sure.
So I will roll my attack.
Okay.
Let me use the big die for this one. I'm gonna use my advantage for the amp.
Okay.
Woo! That's 18 plus, so 24.
That will land.
All right, and I'll use my other last spell slot for a smite on this one.
Okay.
Flat 20, 11, necrotic, 9, bludgeoning.
Okay. Ooh. Friends. What does this look like?
If this thing has any sort of like spikes or like gaps underneath the scales, basically I would like to try to find something to grab and leverage on, and so like get like a wider stance and then just like pull forward and swing the hammer at the same time, going for like a strike at the base of the neck to just try and end this.
You do so, and it lands, and all of a sudden you watch as the various part of its body begin to malfunction. It starts to slide forward off the rock, losing its grip. Devereaux, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna shoot it.
Let's do it.
It's got tendrils all over it. I'm just gonna go ahead and shoot for the eyeballs.
Okay, make your attack.
I'm gonna use halfling luck.
Okay.
How's a 20?
That lands.
Woo!
Devereaux, how would you like to do this?
Yes! Let's see. I mean, obviously that's enough damage, but the arrow's just gonna go straight through the eye, up the top. I imagine Kiri like turning just in time as the arrow whizzes through the skull past them, and it's just a quick, instantaneous dragon kill.
As you see that your arrow actually fly out through its eye, narrowly missing Kiri again. And Kiri is dangerous up there. This dragon lets out one final cry, screaming into the void like we all kind of are doing right now. And it finally collapses. Leaving you all victorious. What would you like to do?
Dev, you did it! That was amazing!
I start running towards everyone. Is everyone okay?
I look over, and who looks the worst? Oh god.
I do run over to Silix and I like offer help to help her.
Kiri
get down
looks
off
the worst.
Yeah, Kiri, I really hope you feel better. That oh gosh, all that acid on your face. Let's get that healed up.
And I will cast Healing Word on you. That is not very much, but it's all I got.
Alright.
I'm gonna reach into my satchel and just pop the cork off of one of the healing potions and drink it.
Aha! Magnificent, kiddo! I always knew you'd be great at this! He goes and retrieves his mace, sticks it back in his leather armor.
That's 6 healing, Kiri.
Yeah. I'm assuming I'm thinking, sorry, this is out of character, but I'm assuming Clark's gonna start like collecting parts from the dragon.
That's my next order of
He
business,
hasn't
too.
done anything yet. No.
Okay. Well, when Salix starts going about that, and once I'm satisfied that my friends are okay because they all got acid burned by this goddamn thing, I'll just go up to Dad, and I'll pull him aside, or at least I'll walk up to him. Dad,
What?
come here. I want to talk.
Sure, kiddo.
And I want to sit down under like one of the trees that are nearby.
It smells pretty terrible. Salix, go ahead and make a nature check for me.
Is anyone assisting me at all?
Yeah, I'm over there assisting you. Except I couldn't remember what it is that we needed, so I'm just kind of like asking you. Scales? Did we need the tail? Would it?
Do we need the tail?
Any parts really. Almost the whole dragon can be used in some way, depending on what you're looking for. Oh, I'm glad I had advantage on that because, nature is that'll be 15, 16, 17, 18.
Okay, I'll remember that. We'll come back to you. Devereaux, you and your dad are sitting at a tree. He's like wiping a bit of the muck off of his leather.
You look good, Dad.
Thank you. So do you.
Why did you leave?
Why did you?
It was boring.
Featherton is not the most fascinating of places for those with a wandering heart.
It's true. Can I ask you another question?
You just did. Go on, kiddo.
You always did that.
It's what I'm supposed to do.
Why did you start a family if you were just going to adventure? You did it backwards.
Well, you see, when two people love each other...
Dad, please. I know about that. I know well about that. But...
You gonna cut me off or you gonna let me keep talking?
Okay.
When two people love each other, sometimes they do things that they wouldn't normally do. To make the other person happy. Like have children. But I was confident that your mother could raise you and your sister without me. She never even needed me in the first place. I knew you two would be just fine.
She made sure to tell us that every other day. You know, despite all things, Mom doesn't really talk that much shit about you. Honestly,
We were good until we weren't.
yeah.
I think there's just aspects of my life that she'll never understand.
And that's the hard part, Dad, because I feel like I do understand it. But I don't get it. Just everyone else is perfectly fine to sit around and do the same thing every day. Why are we different?
Make a persuasion check.
I'm going to use my halfling luck on that. I'm going to use an advantage on that. Please, for the love of God, I will use my
The
last
DC
one.
is not super high, but keep
Well, that's great because I need it.
Go ahead.
God. Okay. Persuasion, huh?
Yeah.
How's a 7 dealing for you?
Some people are made of different things. You get another advantage, by the way. Some people are made of different stuff. Some people are content. And that's not our place to judge them for it. But you can't let other people tell you that what you need is wrong. You did good back there. Do you just shoot your bow? Do you do anything else too?
What do you mean, do I do anything else?
Do you do any magic or...
Nothing more than... I hold out my hand and just make a little colored flame in it, just with prestidigitation. Nothing more than like this. And I kind of just close my hand. And believe it or not, I have a lot more elf friends than these 3.
I believe that.
They taught me a little bit about the bow. And
You're very good with that. I didn't mean to disparage you or say that what you did was not enough. I mean, you took down a whole black dragon. Look at you,
Well-
kiddo. You're very talented. I was just wondering where your aptitude and abilities lie.
it lies with my friends, Dad.
That's good for you. I'm happy you found them.
We've only been traveling together a little bit, but I trust them. And you know, we met Tess a few days ago.
Tessel Talstag. Incredible bard.
She speaks highly of you, Dad.
Ha! She's a good woman.
I
It's
know.
a shame she married.
Like you said, some people prefer to live different ways, right?
They do.
What keeps you going? What keeps you going, Dad?
The knowledge that... Roll a persuasion check. You have advantage.
I might not need it this time. 16.
The knowledge that what I am doing will atone for my mistakes and make the world a better place. He gives you a warm, sad smile, flashes you a wink. He kind of grabs his mace a little bit and fiddles with the edge. You know, we only get so many trips around the sun. And, well, I have a lot to make up for.
I mean, You make it sound like you've done something terrible.
Something worse than abandoning my children, yes.
Like what? Dad.
It's not something that's easy to talk about.
Well, people say that it's easy to talk to strangers about it, like your barber or an innkeeper. Your kid's basically a stranger to you. Why don't you just tell me?
All right. I used to have a job before I met your mother. I was a messenger for someone pretty important. Someone who doesn't forgive. She asked me to do my job. To deliver a message. When I got there, I saw her. I saw her and I couldn't imagine my life without her. And I didn't do my job, and a lot of people died. And I fell. From her grace.
What are you talking about?
I was a messenger for Avandra.
Do I recognize that name?
It's the god of halflings. And luck.
Okay. You're kidding. This is... You're serious?
Dead.
Dad, what are you saying? Just what are you saying?
Piece it together, Devereaux. You're smart. Smarter than you let on.
How old are you?
Thousands and thousands of years old. You watch as all of you, I'm assuming, are paying attention to this conversation. They're not hiding it. As two pairs of wings, no, one pair of wings sprout from Clark Thistlebrook's back. The feathers are white, golden at the top, but fade to black at the bottom. I'm a Deva. Devereaux. Fallen. Well, not exactly fallen. I haven't been sent to hell yet, but... fallen nonetheless.
Why would you give that all up? For someone you didn't even want to stay with?
I thought it would be fine. I thought that love would keep us together. But you need more than love. You need something I don't have. I don't know what it is that I needed. He retracts his wings. But you know, I never regretted having you or Desiree. I wouldn't wish you away. Look at you. You're a character. That pouty lip and that big brain.
Dad, come on. Why?
I'm just trying to make my way back into Evandra's heart. To atone for my mistakes.
Can I help?
Do you pray?
No.
Maybe you could start there.
Suppose I could use a little more luck in my life.
If you want to help me, well, I'd say if you want to be true to me, kiddo, do exactly whatever it is that your heart calls you to do. Nothing more, nothing less. Follow your gut. Stay with the people you love. Cause a little bit of trouble wherever you go, but leave it a better place when you leave.
You know, it makes sense.
What does?
Everything. I don't know if I can forgive you for it, but it makes sense. Maybe someday I can look past it.
I don't know how much of the Deva bloodline you'll inherit, or you've inherited. Being half an angel, you could live 1,000 years, or the usual 60 of a halfling. We'll find out, won't we?
Don't worry. I'll be sure to curse you on my deathbed.
That's my kiddo.
You know, I thought maybe you needed my help. When I heard you were nearby, I went running to find you like some sort of lost child. But, I mean, you've been at this for so long. Deep down, I knew you didn't actually need me.
It's not for a parent to need their child.
Sometimes it's nice to feel wanted.
Understand that I did not stay away because I did not want you. I stayed away because, well, I was afraid of this. I was afraid of you going off adventuring one day because it might mean that you could get hurt. And I would crush your mother and your sister.
You know, if it isn't obvious, there's way too much of you in me than there is in my sister.
I'd noticed.
So did Mom.
I suppose I should apologize if she resented you for it.
It's hard to say. You know, Dad, you should probably write home again.
What would I say?
Just say you're sorry.
For? Being gone? For doing what I want? For doing what I need to do?
For missing out, Dad.
I don't think I missed as much as you think I did.
Well, then the years haven't made you any wiser.
All right. I'll apologize.
Look, don't do anything because I said you should, or because I suggested it.
Then why are you
Only do it-
suggesting it?
Do it if you want to. I won't tell you how to live your life, Dad. It's obvious that wouldn't do any good, because you and I are both strange and different. But I guess I still need to thank you. Because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. And I motioned to the swamp and specifically to everyone who's with me. You might be a bad dad, but I'd say you're a good role model in some ways. So thank you.
Make your own life, Devereaux. You don't need to look up to me for that.
You're not much taller than me anyways. Dad.
Do you know what Devereaux means? The name?
I'm sure someone told me at some point, but why don't you tell me?
It's rooted in Celestial. It means bold. It means one who rises above.
Did you pick the name?
I did.
Yeah, I guess a part of you's always with me, huh?
I guess so. This is where we have to part, kiddo.
I know. This was 20 years in coming, Dad. I don't like you.
That
But I
makes
love
two
you.
of us.
But I love you.
Love you too, Devereaux.
If you ever find yourself in trouble, you can count on your kid. Okay? Just don't watch me sleep.
You're adorable. You
I've
do
heard
the
that
little,
before too.
you do the little twitchy things, and it's really cute.
They're right, you know.
Sometimes it looks like you're running in your sleep.
Fine, go ahead and watch me sleep. Everyone else does, apparently.
And when you find yourself in trouble, look deep within inside yourself. To that part of me that's always with you. And I'll be there.
Okay. I expect a better story the next time I see you.
Right back at you, kiddo.
I'll, offer a hug to him.
He'll reciprocate. Squeeze you tight. A little tighter than you expect a halfling could squeeze.
Just don't get yourself killed.
We'll see. Well, Devereaux's friends. Lovely to meet you all. I must be off. More dragons to kill.
Did you need any of these parts, or can we keep them?
Knock yourself out. That'll do it for
Perfect.
parts.
That's great.
He begins to walk off.
That's my dad.
Covered in dragon blood, essentially up to the elbows, I turn and look at Dev.
Are you okay, Dev?
I don't know.
I've got blood all over my front because I'm not as careful. And I say, I kind of still want to punch him.
Yeah, me too.
That makes 3 of us.
4.
Well, if you want, we could go track him down and beat him up.
No. It's not worth the effort. He's good at vanishing.
I didn't really think that we would, but
Can you eat a dragon?
Can we eat a dragon?
I don't know. Look how meaty it is. And I like flop the tail down.
It
You're
seems
right.
disrespectful. They're people too.
well, I am technically actually just taking it apart for parts to sell.
Come on, Kiri. You don't want to try some
I-
dragon flesh?
I was
Did-
kind of thinking some of these scales might we might be able to find someone to make them into armor,
Ooh,
or maybe some of the skin for leather.
Where did the acid come from? Is there like an acid sack somewhere? And I kind of start like,
Oh yes, it's right here. You don't want to put a blade into it though, because that'll be bad.
I lean into Kendall. Cut off a hunk of the meat. We'll cook it tonight.
I already did. It's in my pouch.
Good.
Don't tell Kiri.
I won't. Hi, Kiri.
Hey,
You are able to get 20 pounds of scales, 30 pounds of flesh for leather, hide, I think is what it's called, hide, 25 teeth, 10 talons, and the heart.
Anything that nobody immediately wants, I will just put into the bag of holding and hope
Did it
that we
still
get
have?
somewhere in time to actually utilize it in some way.
Did it still have one of the horns? I think Clark demolished one horn, right?
It fell off. Yeah. But yeah, you
I
can
can
have.
try to-
There's the other horn if you'd like it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This thing's huge. Look.
Can I walk up to the corpse after it's been
Yes.
processed?
Mhm.
I will walk up to what remains of the dragon corpse and put a hand on its head or whatever remains of its skull. Rest easy, child of Tiamat.
And that is where we will end today's session.